So basically, yeah, the Executive Order 13603, and that basically says that the Obama put that into production.
He can suspend the Constitution, Congress for any reason, including economic.
Take over all food resources, all
form work brigades,
all
forced labor,
all of that stuff. Yes. So not only that, then you also have the what we were talking about earlier was the Con Plan 888. That actually, if you look at that, is pretty scary. I mean, it's like 300 pages, but it's zombie threats.
This is from Army.mil, by the way. You know they're going to have like 100 newspapers say we just made this up tomorrow.
No,
they're going to say that we said zombies are attacking Texas next week. We never said that. We said it's a metaphor for war with the people.
This plan was not actually designed as a joke. That's the first sentence that's on the plan. Members of the USS Trade.com component found out by accident that the hyperbolic involved in writing a zombie survival plan actually provided a very useful and effective plan. And there's
just by accident.
Summaries, enemy forces. I mean, there's been a lot of thought that's gone into this, and they, define zombies.
How do you sell and get the troops ready to fight the American people? You just, we're going to train to fight zombies.
Yeah, exactly, because they're going to have hordes of people in populated.
And by the way, the general public, you get 1 million starving Trigglypuffs in a town like Austin, Texas, it will be dangerous.
It's going to be dangerous in any highly populated. I mean, most people just think they're sitting around. They're already zombies, basically. They're just sitting around. They're not going to know if the power goes off.
Fat people could be a food supply, though.
There's actually modifications and scenarios on people eating other people in there, vegetarian zombies, chicken zombies, all kinds of other stuff in there as well. But
let's go further. You admit, and they've declassified thousands of DARPA patents where they're actually looking at wavelengths, chemicals, and things with that Dr. Begich on that actually turn us into piranha-like zombies.
Right, nervous system manipulation by electromagnetic fields from monitors and cell phones. One of the things that we're noticing now actually is people that are looking at computers and cell phones all the time, those screens do not block the blue light. So what happens is if you're constantly looking at that, it's going to cause myopia. Kids are starting to come down with myopia and other
brain damage. They're in like a zombie-like, a near dreamlike state. That's mainstream news. Why would they put it out in the Kingsman where there's a group of billionaires that want to depopulate the earth? So they're beta testing through the cell phones, sending out a wavelength pattern that makes you go into lower brain, psychotic, crocodile brain response. And then you actually have 15 years ago, the Baltimore Sun admitting DARPA was testing that in Baltimore. I mean, they're actually through this. This is that they admit, and then they admit through the new light bulbs, they can send data flicker to control you.
Well, they know.
I mean, you cannot make this up.
No.
You cannot make this up. I'm not saying this, folks. This is official.
Everything is official. It just goes down to doing your research and pulling up the documents.
Remember Pokemon 20 years ago in the U.S. and Japan, one episode aired. They admitted it was a test. The monster's eyes flash at a certain rate and thousands of convulsions, including some deaths, when folks fell and hit their heads. Now, that's just with old-fashioned technology. They can make you have convulsions.
Right now, they're hiding the cell phone towers and everything. You don't even know where they are. There are so many cell phone towers with the HARP technology. We've really moved.
Homeland Security admits they're setting up all these, quote, secondary ones to spy on us. It's way beyond that.
Right. Yeah. And so all that can be used. You talk about zombies. You can easily manipulate the brain to where someone just walks around like they don't even know what they're doing.
They've already turned the public into that with their smartphones because it's more than that. They are sending out wavelengths of light that they admit are mesmerizing people. They're hypnotizing you, folks.
It is. It's like a hypnotic zombie state that they can control you.
And if they get you into it early enough, then that's how they make you more suggestible. That's why some people have no attention span. You can't talk to them. Even if they were people a few years ago that were smart are suddenly like gone because they've been put in a trance. We're under a spell. We're under a spell.
In 1993, Hillary Clinton ordered Vince Foster's dead body to be moved and dumped to avoid a murder investigation. New York Times best-selling author Roger Stone names names. The Clintons' War on Women, in stores now.
FEMA is talking about food prices going up 395% potentially. We got the Pentagon report predicting a meltdown coming around 2017. We've got Kissinger talking about a food as a weapon and using it. We've got Soros talking about EU collapse. Trump talking about bubbles. Ron Paul. Most of the grain in many countries being turned into ethanol for cars when we've got plenty of oil. Venezuela food prices are up to $150 for 1 dozen eggs. Brazil is in financial crisis. The UN's announcing that it basically runs our southern border. This is insane. All of these policies being set by the globalists. Governments and elites are stockpiling food and weapons and building bunkers. I know I personally am getting prepared. The warning signs are insane, and that's why we're offering some of the biggest specials ever at InfoWarsStore.com right through the July 4th special weekend of 20 to 40% off. The biggest wide spectrum sale ever on preparedness items. 20 to 40% at InfoWarsStore.com.